Y'all know how to get my screaming out, you know what I'm saying? Alright, y'all, welcome to another Twitch stream. Welcome to another Eagles recap. This is your boy Bruce Leroy here on Twitch at I'm Bruce Leroy BIH. Before we get started, I don't know why the fuck I'm really stressing my syllables and talking like a goddamn... Please make sure that you guys are following me. If you're not following me, please do so. Please proceed to the front. Please proceed to the front. Now I'm playing. All right. Follow me on my social medias, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Everything's at I am Bruce Leroy, except for TikTok, which is at It's Bruce Leroy BIH. And obviously follow me here on Twitch at I'm Bruce Leroy BIH. All right. Now, once again, today, the Eagles and the Lions played. Well, last night the Eagles and the Lions played Sunday Night Football. I want to make some quick commentary about some things around the league, some thoughts about, you know, how the games was. So, if you guys were here yesterday with me on stream, I watched the second half. I meant to watch the whole thing, but shit happens. I watched the second half of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Buffalo Bills. It was a high-scoring affair, as I expected. And I have a few thoughts about it. For one, their running back room is loaded. I forgot what this guy's name was. Let me go look him up real quick. Their running back room is loaded for the Buccaneers. Because Bucky Irvin is currently out. So I just want to see something real quick. Then, yeah, Sean Tucker, big ass game. 19 carries, 106, 5.62 touchdowns. And the receiving, I think, he got 2 receptions, 34 yards, and a touchdown. And obviously, they definitely doubled Emeka Egbuka because he's the only good wide receiver on the team. What's my thoughts on this game? The Buccaneers, number one, you definitely can't turn the ball over. So for Baker Mayfield, turning the ball over in a manner that they did was wrong. As I've repeatedly said on this channel, last week's recap, so on and so forth, the Buffalo Bills think they're going to just exile James Cook out of this offense. They have another fucking thing coming. Because guess who was the hero? And no disrespect to J.J. Watt because I like him as a player and he's done a lot of humanitarian work. So there's a level of respect that I have for J.J. Watt. So I'm not going to go crazy on the guy. And I like his brother T.J. T.J. is actually probably my favorite defensive player in the NFL, or one of my favorites. So I like J.J. I like T.J. So I'm not going to go crazy on the guy. But the glazing was on a fucking diabetic level. I mean, listen, after the game, I had to go and check my goddamn insulin, bro. I had to do some goddamn intermittent fasting, bro. The glazing was way too much. It was way, like, I felt it in my heart. Felt it, like, it was bad. Okay? Here's the thing. The Buffalo Bills will continue to do... By the way, some interesting information came out. And Keon Coleman, I think, either was late or didn't attend a mandatory meeting, so they literally benched him. Not entirely sure why they did that. Either way, it didn't really matter because they found other guys to get involved. Here's the thing, okay? And again, I said this before and I say this again. Is Josh Allen a great quarterback? Yes. Do I think he's a future wearer of that yellow jacket? Yes. But for the love of God, can we please let Josh Allen actually do something noteworthy before we start praising this nigga? I mean, I even saw a commercial which was, in my opinion, as blasphemous as hell. I'm not trying to make no judgment because I got a lot of work to do on me. But I gotta admit, when they was talking about in Holy Allen there, I'm like, bro, you must have lost your holy rabbit mind. But yeah, Let's wait until the man actually does something significant so we can give him his credit. I don't mind giving a man credit when credit is due. But can we please let this man do something first? Like, I swear to God, man, to put on his head was like, oh man, look at Josh Allen. Oh, I wish he was putting me on his head. Oh God. Oh man. Like, what the fuck? Like, y'all gotta chill the fuck out with the glazing. Y'all really do. Cause y'all just say shit like Josh Allen threw a bad interception. He didn't have a perfect game. But I'm telling you right now, if they think Josh Allen is going to be able to throw the ball 40 to 50 times a game and the Bills are going to make a Super Bowl now, actually, let me hold off on that. But if they think they're going to throw the ball 40, 50 times, I'm here to tell you it's not going to fucking happen. James Cook is the recipe, the key, the combination, the answer, everything in between. The goddamn password, the PIN number to the Bills getting into a Super Bowl and winning it. Now, obviously, I'm an Eagles fan, so I want my Birds to win it all. I want my Birds to win it all, of course. But the Bills needed James Cook, and let's just say we're going to go with the narrative that everybody said, oh, yeah, they didn't, because we all know that this Bills team does not want to run the ball with James Cook. They really don't. But they want Josh Allen to be glazed on national TV 20 fucking times, like, and then giving a fucking, oh, he's an MVP candidate. What fucking, how can somebody be an MVP candidate that has not in one single week, has been definitively the best player in the league? Josh Allen has not been definitively the best fucking player in the league in 1 week. Like, forget about a month. In 1 week, Josh Allen has not been the best football player in the league at all. In 1 week. So, it was a hard-fought game. Obviously, Baker, no excuses for that turnover. But here's the thing, right? And this goes for Todd Bowles, and it's not just, to knock them too much, because I think they're doing a terrific job. I don't think this loss hurts them too much. I don't see the Panther, man, Bryce Young. Hey, listen, Rod Wave. I appreciate you. Salute. Now I appreciate you because you make great music. Whatever you told Bryce Young, slowly but surely, with all of the, listen, a rose came from the concrete, bruh. And lo and behold, it's Bryce Young. I think the man threw for 438? Something like, let's go over to what actually happened. In overtime, 448 yards, 3 touchdowns. Did he have a rushing touchdown? No, he didn't. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful play. All right. Anyway, my brain is drifted off into 10 different directions like it normally do. What was I going to say? Yes. I don't think this loss hurts much because I don't see a legitimate threat to the Buccaneers losing the conference. All these losses are going to do is just keep them from getting the number 1 seed. But they're getting to the playoffs. They're just going to have to, it's just a matter of which of the top guys that as getting a bye, whether it be us or somebody, which I think Philly's getting that bye. I think Philly's getting the bye. I'm just saying. By the way, I thought, as an Eagles fan from Chicago, I think it's the coolest thing ever. It kind of works out either way because it's like Hannah Montana. You get the best of both worlds, gonna rock out the show. You get the best of both worlds. And so, as the Eagles fan from Chicago, this was very wholesome because I really don't. Outside of the NFC East coming together through these unfortunate injuries that have taken place over the last month with Jaden Daniels and Scatterbo, we didn't really have a real alliance with another ball club. If you really think about it, it's really just the Eagles fans versus 31 other teams. We really don't. It's not really too much a coming together of of like fan bases. But I think it's dope as hell because the Bears are playing really, really well this year. Now they are. They're starting to pick it up over the last few games or whatever. They're like what? Got 7 wins. I think they're 7-3. They're ahead of the division. And they know that we've had, we got NFC North teams this year. So I wonder, because the Eagles play the Bears on Black Friday, I really wonder what the conversation is going to be like between the Philadelphia Eagles fans and the Bears fans. It's going to be very, very interesting. I'm not going to lie to you, because right now everything cool because we helping ourselves, and at the same time we're helping the Bears by giving the NFC North opponents losses. I think we might be undefeated so far in NFC North play. I think the only team we didn't face yet is Chicago. But I really wonder how bad the trash. I wonder if it's going to be like on some Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence type vibe. Like, you know how there was some trash talking here and there, but it wasn't anything too crazy because both guys had respect for one another. I wonder if it's going to be like that, or it's going to be on some what the Seattle Seahawks fans tried to do last year with the arguing about Leonard Williams out of nowhere. I don't know why. I don't know why the Seahawks fans decided to start with Eagles fans. Like, I get it, different types of birds. One's a seagull, one's an eagle, but goddamn, like, we're not even in your division. Hey, sorry if I'm buggy. I whipped up some sick art for streamers. Want to peep it? Bell Martin, first off, thank you for coming into the stream. I don't have time right now. I'm in the middle of, like, trying to get my thoughts out, but I'll take a look at it when I get a chance. But, yeah. So going back to my thoughts, I just really wonder how if the trash talk is going to be insane from Chicago Bears fans on Black Friday, like the week leading up to Black Friday, the same week I should say, during the week of Black Friday, let me get my freaking thought. Let me act like I graduated with a fucking high school diploma. So I wonder if the trash talk is going to be on some like I was saying before, some Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford type vibe where it's like it's a little bit of like little light jabs here and there, but nothing too crazy. Or the Bears fans going to go crazy on the Eagles. I'm very curious to see. We got like 2 weeks until we face them anyway. Very curious to see what the relationship between Eagles fans and Bears fans is going to be on the week of Black Friday. All right. But shout out to Bears fans. I am from Chicago, born and raised. So it is what it is. I told y'all my story about how I became an Eagles fan already. If y'all didn't know, then go ask me if I hop on an IG live or some shit. Okay. I'll try to make this like, I'll time myself. I'll make it 1 minute. I'll give you a 1 minute explanation of why a Chicagoan is an Eagles fan instead of a Bears fan, right? So I was a Bears fan. I was a Bears fan all the way up until 2007. So 2007, that was the year that the Bears went to the Colts. I can't fucking talk. The Bears went to the Colts a second time. You fucking illiterate bitch. I was a fan in 2007 when I actually could put 2 sentences. Can you drop your Insta or Discord username in the chat? How's that make sense? Oh, okay, hold on. There you go. I just typed it. Okay. Now, going back to my train of thought, okay? So, when the Colts and the Bears met in the Super Bowl in 2007, I was a fan. This was before social media. I'm talking about, I remember this vividly to this very day. If I didn't already explain, I'm going to explain it again. I was watching NBC, right? So right after the Bears got beat by the Colts and Peyton Manning got his first Super Bowl win. Literally, I was looking at the bottom of NBC5, and it was death threats to Rex Grossman. This is like MySpace era type shit. Like, this not even like when Twitter came along, Facebook, whatever. This is before that came along. This is MySpace era type shit. Motherfuckers was having death threats on the body. Like, it was bad. I remember that to this very day. So I decided moving forward, I'm like, in my head as a youngster, I'm like, yeah, this team ain't gonna win a motherfucking thing. Moving forward. So, fuck, I also trying to. Yeah, so moving forward, I became a Saints fan. Low-key bandwagoning. So it's kind of a weird-ass relationship because if you guys been catching my streams and recaps or whatever the case may be in the past, I got on Drew Brees' ass because I'm like, okay, share your opinion about the team. I'm not saying you can't criticize Fraudulent Instant. Please check it out. You gotta wait a second. Hold on. Okay, so going back to what I was saying because I'm all over the fucking place with being able to talk and everything. Okay, give me a second. All right, so I was trying to thought. Shit. Okay, yes. So can you wait, nigga? Damn. All right. Going back. Okay, so in 2009, after the Saints beat the Colts in the Super Bowl, I became a fan. So I low-key was bandwagoning. So it's a weird-ass love-hate relationship because, like I said before, if you been, if you if you tune into my streams like the Eagles recap that I have on YouTube at Iron Bruce Leroy, because y'all know that Twitch gives you 7 days, right? But I think when I was talking about Drew Brees, so here's the thing. Just long story short, I'm going to tell you why I got on Drew Brees. My team is not above criticism. My team is not above sharing an opinion that isn't necessarily putting the Eagles in a good light, right? What I have a problem with is you're trying to state shit. So here's the thing, right? So the Eagles lost twice. They lost against the Broncos and they lost against the Giants, okay? And then everybody was going crazy talking about Drew Brees was right. So I guess these glazing ass niggas on social media must have got in Drew Brees' head and think that he fucking Notre Dame and shit. So I'm like, hold on a second. I'm like, wait a minute. So now you're using this opportunity. And no matter of fact, I'll tell you the straw that broke the camel's back. The Vikings game. Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns. Perfect rating. At I think 332 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had a 158.3. That is a perfect quarterback rating. Okay? Defense did its part to make Carson Wentz uncomfortable. And Jalen Hurts. Okay, you gotta wait. You gotta listen. Be very careful. Okay, I'll make this real brief. I will get to you when I get to you. But right now, I'm in the middle of my thought. You need to be patient and you need to wait. Like I'm trying to be nice here, but you can't bully me on my own stream. I'm gonna get to you when I get to you. But when I'm in the middle of sharing my thoughts on my stream, you can't just interrupt me with whatever you got going on because this is my stream. I run this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but I gotta be firm on my shit. Like, I run this motherfucker. So when I get a chance to get to you, I'm gonna get to you. But right now, I'm in the middle of my thoughts. You're gonna have to wait. So I urge you to be patient because I move. This is my motherfucking stream. I'm the captain of this ship. I move when I want to move. So no disrespect. You need to be patient or you can just keep it moving because I'm in the middle of my sharing my thoughts. This is my motherfucking ship. I run this ship. Listen, when I say we going to the Bahamas, don't ask me why we ain't going to Honduras. We going to motherfucking Bahamas, nigga. It is what it is. It's a volcano there. I don't give a fuck. We going to the goddamn Bahamas. So no disrespect, but you gotta be patient and calm down a little bit because I'm the El Capitan, you know what I'm saying? I'm the capo, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call it, El Jefe, whatever. I'm the boss of this motherfucker. So, just moving forward. So, going back to my thoughts. I was a Saints fan. I bandwagon off of them, right? So, and it was crazy because I caught them. It was a weird time with the Saints at that time because the Saints got the Super Bowl win, so the city was lit. But at the same time, there's all these Bounty Gate shit going on, and the NFL was trying to decide, okay, should the Saints be punished? Did Sean Payton have something to do with this, that, and the third? If I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, Sean Payton was exonerated from whatever, right? But, for those that don't know, people were allegedly, there were Saints defenders that were being paid to do dirty shit to players. So technically their Super Bowl somewhat had an asterisk. Somewhat. So this what ended up happening. So what ended up happening was this. So I'm going through it. As a Saints fan, I think I was a Saints fan all the way up until 2012. So from 2009 to 2012. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to tell you what I got on Drew Brees. I got on Drew Brees because the Minnesota game, all right? So, okay, you got a cookie with macadamia and chocolate chip on the same goddamn cookie, right? You got a whole bag of them bitches. Congratulations, Drew Brees. So you getting on the Eagles when we got 2 losses in a row against the Giants and the Broncos. All right. The nigga that's glazy on social media is souping your head up. But what kid was broke the camel that let me get the fucking thought together. The straw that broke the camel back was this. He decided to talk shit about the team when there was nothing to talk shit about. The defense did their part. Not perfect, because I think Jordan Mason got, too many good runs on us. Not perfect, but the defense did their part for the most part. And Jalen was fucking phenomenal. So rather than starting off talking about that, you want to bring the negative, talk about some. I still don't think the Eagles are that good. I really don't think they're that good. So I'm just letting you know. Yes, I know that Jalen Hurts had a perfect quarterback rating, but they're still not that good. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Flag on the motherfucking play. Wait a second. Drew, wait a minute. Why'd you break Chris's arm? Drew, wait a second. Time out. So you neglected to say the good parts. Because if he said the good parts with the other thoughts, I would have left it alone. But he just started on a negative. We didn't just fucking Jalen didn't just ball out. What's going on here? What? All right, bet. So now I'm like, all right, Drew. I personally witnessed your ass play because I was a Saints fan up until 2012 until I realized there's no fucking point being a fan of this franchise because they was going to wish. Now, listen, I know what you're going to say. Now, you a bandwagon fan, but I'm young as fuck. I don't know no goddamn better. All right? And I'll explain it further. So, bet. So, I'm like, Breeze, your stats look pretty good, but keep in mind in the Chargers, you had LaDainian Tomlinson, and you didn't do much. You kind of were barely mid. Mid is being nice. You had LaDainian Tomlinson and you were mid. Okay? You were mid. Middle of the pack quarterback, and I'm being nice when I say mid. Took you a while to get going. Took a while for that room for that engine to start revving, all right? So you wasn't hot coming out the gate. First and foremost. You wasn't elite coming out the gate. You went to a new team. You did your thing over there. Oh, I bet. Cool. But outside of getting the stats, the high completion percent, because if you remember watching Drew Brees had a very, very high he was one of the most accurate, if not the most accurate quarterback playing. Him and Matt Ryan were probably the most accurate quarterbacks playing in the during their era. Him, Matt Ryan, and what's the old boy name? Him, Matt Ryan, and Phillip Rivers, the most accurate quarterbacks in the league. He was either 1 or 2, maybe 3, right? 4,000 yards, 40 touchdown, 50 touchdown, and shit. The dude was a machine with his playmaking ability with his arm, without question. But you couldn't elevate the team to conference championship. You kept either getting bounced out in the wild card and the divisional round. Okay? So stop acting like you're that good. You're not that good. You're a great quarterback. You're top 10 of all time, but you're not top 5. Okay? You're about between 6 and 10. You're not top 5. You've been in 1 Super Bowl, and they got an asterisk because allegedly some dirty shit was taking place with that defense. So that has an asterisk on there. Following that, you didn't get anywhere close to a Super Bowl until the infamous Miss PI call in the Rams game. You didn't get anywhere close. That was the last time you got to a conference championship. So you're talking all of this shit, trying to have niggas soup your head up like you really was that guy. And I have to admit, listen, the stats look great. You're a Hall of Famer, top 10 of all time. But let's not get shit twisted here. This not Auntie Anne's. Let's not get shit twisted. All right? My name ain't Ryder. Let's not get, or Snyder. Let's not get shit twisted now. All right? You are a damn good quarterback. You're not a great quarterback. Okay? I'm not putting you over Peyton Manning. I'm not putting damn shit not over Brady. You're not over Mahomes. Okay? Who else am I not putting you over? I'm not even putting you over Aaron Rodgers. You know, Aaron Rodgers got to one Super Bowl and won one. I'm not putting you over Aaron Rodgers, bro. At all. Rodgers have had literally more success than you did. Because at the very least, Green Bay was getting to the NFC Championship every year. It's only maybe like 2 years. Because guess what? See how we transitioned into being a Green Bay fan. And I was a Green Bay fan all the way up until about the 2015-2016 season. Okay? So I was a fan all the way up until then. The reason why I stopped being a fan, because you guys remember the conference championship. The conference championship with the Seattle Seahawks. You guys remember that game? Clinton Dix was going insane. Rodgers was lighting their ass up. I'm like, bro, Clinton Dix is looking like motherfucking Rod Woodson out here. Looking like Charles Woodson. And Aaron Rodgers is lighting their ass up. There's no fucking way we lose this game. And lo and behold, we lose the game. Blowing their ass out in the first half, we lose the game. Who the fuck was on Seattle wideout-wise that could burn us down the field? Lockett was nice. What's the old boy name? They had some other weapons too. Doug Baldwin was nice. They had some good pieces. Let's not get it fucked up. They had some good pieces, but to lose the game in that fashion, then my young ass was like, nope, I'm cutting ties. And as soon as I cut ties, the motherfuckers didn't even get back to a conference championship. I think they got back to one time. So the 2015-2016 season rolls around. I'm just scrolling on Madden and shit, going through Madden Ultimate Teams and uniforms and type shit. And I'm thinking to myself, I got family in Jersey. I visited Jersey very frequently. So for some odd reason, I've always had, maybe it's because of that, I've always had a strong affinity for the West Coast. It's not the West Coast, sorry, for the East Coast. Like, I love New York. And as a kid, and listen, I want to make this very clear. I love being a Chicagoan. But I got to keep it real here. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, boom. So, God, I've been talking about this. I need to wrap this motherfucker shit up. All right, so just try to fast forward as fast as possible. I've had a weird affinity with East Coast culture. And as a kid, I low-key wanted to be from the East Coast. I wanted to be a New Yorker or somebody from Philadelphia, whatever. So my weird-ass affinity with East Coast culture, and again, it could have been because of the fact that I enjoyed my trips to Jersey. Okay? And then I love the color green. Green was my favorite color. I love green. So I love the midnight green. I'm like, as a kid, I'm like, this is my team. And since the 2015-2016 season when we had Sam Bradford, DeMarco Murray, Ryan Matthews, and it was Chip Kelly's last year, we fucking stunk. So fast forward to 2025, for those who say, you're a bandwagon fan. Bitch, I've been a fan of the motherfucking Eagles for a decade. Not only have I been a fan of the Eagles for a whole motherfucking decade, guess what? Matter of fact, this whole season, once it's done, it's going to be 10 years. It's going to literally be a decade. So, I earned my stripes. I earned my stripe, nigga. I earned my motherfucking stripes. Okay? So, don't get on my ass. You're a bandwagon. Nigga, I'm a child. I don't know motherfucking better, but guess what? 16 years old. That's pretty damn young, right? You just getting into being a teenager. 14, 15, 16, right? I'm a sophomore, right? Boom. And I'm an Eagles fan. I've looked back since I've been through the highs and lows. I've been through the 2017 Super Bowl that we won. I've been through Carson Wentz, having to fucking drag practice squad receivers and then getting hurt in the Javion Clowney situation in the wild card. So I've been through that. I've been through Carson Wentz playing like shit. I've been through Jalen Hurts coming in as a starter. And everybody was thinking like, why the fuck did he make this pick? I've been through goddamn Jalen Reagor getting picked over what's the old boy name? Over Justin Jefferson. I've been there against Arcega-Whiteside getting picked. I've been in the trenches. So I've been with the team when shit was all good. I've been through the 23 season. All right, I've been in 2021 where our linebackers were small as shit. And by the way, praise out for Alex Singleton. He had, fortunately that they caught it early. He has testicular cancer. So praise out for Alex Singleton. Hopefully he gets better. And by the way, Alex Singleton actually played pretty good towards like the latter half of that year. So Alex Singleton was actually a bright spot. And when he got on Denver, he whooping ass over there. He's actually playing really good over in Denver. So shout out to Alex Singleton. Definitely one of the very few guys, probably the only linebacker that genuinely stepped up, to be honest with you, in the 21 season. I've been through Jalen Hurts fucking, like you guys remember the old Mattins, right, on the PS2? You know how when your awareness is not very high, the quarterback will throw to the motherfucking other side of the field? I swear to God, to this motherfucking day, and I mentioned it before and I'll say it again, that 2021 Monday Night Football game, I think it was in Arlington against Dallas. That shit to this day give you, like, a lot of motherfuckers think about the wild card against the Buccaneers being the worst game. Oh, hell no. Hell no. That motherfucking Dallas Cowboy game in Arlington on Monday Night Football was the worst fucking Eagles game I've seen. Jalen Hurts, like, listen, we think maybe these last couple games have been somewhat a rough stretch. Oh, no. Oh, fucking no. Jalen Hurts is leaps and bounds ahead. Hell no. That Monday Night Football game against the fucking Dallas Cowboys in 2020 and the 2020-2021 season was fucking horrific. Horrific. But I think not. Let me think. Yeah, it was the 2020-2021 season. Horrific. Go look at the stat. Bro, this nigga was ass. Like, I love Jalen Hurts, but he was at like 2021, too much inconsistency. Matter of fact, Howie was low-key trying to see if he can go get a Deshaun Watson trade, but I think Deshaun Watson didn't want to give up his no-trade clause, and he wanted to get Russell Wilson. He was actually trying to get those guys. Thank God it didn't happen because I think that there was some untapped potential there. And the time that people were pissed off about Doug Peterson sitting the team down, he showed flashes. He actually had some pretty damn good performances in his first 3 to 4 games of the year. Then he kind of tapered off towards the end of the year. But he had some really, really solid starts where he actually was getting big numbers. Like I say, the first 3 to 4-ish games of Doug Peterson's last year as the head coach, he actually produced some solid numbers. It just was towards the end, he tapered off. And then everybody got pissed off because I think it was called the Redskins. I think it was called they were the Redskins at the time. I'm going to call them Commanders, but I think they were the Redskins at the time. Don't quote me on that. It could have always been the Commanders. But I remember fans were pissed off about Peterson sitting old boy down. So they sat everybody out. I think it was early, and Eagles fans were pissed the fuck off. But if it wasn't for Doug Peterson putting that sacrifice, his job for us, and again, that's not necessarily the reason why he was fired, but I'm just saying, we wouldn't have had Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith would have been a Cowboy. And we probably would have ended up getting Micah Parsons. Ain't that some shit? But anyway, moving forward with that, so I've been through the thick and thin, all right? So I'm trying to figure out why I decided, oh yeah, I just wanted to tell you guys the journey of being an Eagles fan. Okay, so I want to let y'all know how I became an Eagles fan and just the whole process and ordeal, right? So going back to the Buccaneers and the Bills game, just wrapping that up. What the Buccaneers should have done, because Tucker was going crazy. All right, and that running back room with White, with Rashad Wright, what's the other boy? What's the old boy name? Bucky Irvin, and then you got Tucker. Woo! But here's the thing, though, right? You know how the Bills are gonna play you, and you know that Josh Allen is gonna light up the scoreboard. He gonna put some goddamn points up on that board. Josh Allen, when you play him, when you play Josh Allen, you have to be prepared as a football team to score a lot of points. Very rarely, I won't even say rare, very rarely would I, and they did have a bad loss against Miami, but very rare, I'm talking about once in a blue moon, would you be able to stop Josh, what the Philadelphia has done with Jordan Love, with Jared Goff. You're not really doing that with Josh Allen. I'm being honest with you. He just his skill set is just light years above. The only person that you're putting over him is Patrick Mahomes, right? Which we'll talk about him coming up soon. So you're not going to stop him really from scoring. And that defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, again, they got some good players. But overall as a unit, their defense ain't really that good. And the reason being, they keep allowing points. If you notice that, Tampa Bay, Baker's going to try to put up some points. That's for a fact. He's going to try to sling that motherfucker. Akuba looks nice. But the thing is, their defense just, they're not stingy enough for me, man. And it's supposed to be a Todd Bowles unit. They got good players that make plays from time to time, but you got to be fucking stingy. And that's how I knew the Cowboys defense wasn't going to last very long because, yeah, you can get the turnovers, the interceptions. You can have the skill plays with all that speed and shit. You know what I'm saying? You could have those things. But in the same breath, what is the defense job? To stop you from fucking scoring points. To shut you down. A corner job is just, I'm going to allow you to have 300 yards worth of offense, and then I'm going to catch a pick once a game. That's not going to win you football games. The whole purpose of a defense is to shut you down, keep you from moving the ball, and keep you from being in position to score points. That's what a great defense do. So, the Buccaneers defense, they got good players who make plays from time to time, but they don't lock shit down. And that's going to make it really harder you put a lot of pressure on your quarterback. Because Baker is not going to be in a position where especially he's playing with just Akuba. Akuba right now, Cade Otton is all right. Sterling Shepard, he's good, but sometimes he'll do some a lot of head scratching shit. Like you can tell he came from New York because sometimes he'll do some mediocre ass shit. Like I think he fumbled in that Bills game. Don't quote me. I think he might have fumbled. Sometimes Sterling Shepard is solid, but sometimes he'll do some shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? What are we doing here? But yeah, moving forward, you put a lot of pressure on your quarterback to score a bunch of points, especially when he only has one reliable receiver in Emeka Akuba. He doesn't have Chris Godwin. He doesn't have Mike Evans. So that defense gotta tighten the fuck up because you're not going to be able to maintain this in the playoffs. You're not. Because guess what teams are going to do? They're just going to double team. And that's exactly what the Bills did. They double teamed Akuba. And that's it. So now, obviously, if you want to give your star wide receiver the ball, he's going to get that goddamn ball regardless. But when you don't have anybody else on a team that's reliable or as reliable as Emeka Akuba, it's like the defense got to do its part. They really do. So just if the Buccaneers don't tighten up defensively, I think it's going to be they're going to. I don't see them going past the divisionals if they don't clean up that defense, and it's going to be kind of disappointed because I think Baker arguably is having his best year of his career this year. He's playing at an MVP level, despite that people decide to not bring that he's out of the conversation for most people. To me, he's still in it. And I think what he's doing is remarkable considering the fact that his only reliable option is Emeka Akuba. And the defense is not really, as a unit, they need to do more to help him. So he doesn't have to feel like he has to fucking score 35 points to stay in a goddamn game. The Buccaneers defense got to tighten up. Okay? They really do. But so this is what the Buccaneers should have done. You got to assess the situation. You're shorthanded, only having one reliable receiver. Your defense gives up a lot of points. You're playing Josh Allen, who is guaranteed he's going to put points on that board. You can neutralize him all you want. He's going to find a way to stretch you down the field. Okay? So you know this. Tucker, your running back, is having a great ball game. Why don't you try to just chew time off of the clock? Because you got the turnovers that you need. You had Josh Allen turn the ball over. Why don't you, instead of trying to go tit for tat with Josh Allen, which is never really a good idea, keep Josh Allen off the fucking field. Especially if they can't stop your run. The Bills' defense as a unit has been awful this year. They've been dealing with injuries, but they've been awful as a whole unit. Utilize that to your advantage. Run the ball, especially you having a guy like Tucker who's had a monster day. Bro, utilize him. Take the ball out of Baker's hands. And it's not to say that Baker's a bad player or he can't throw the ball. You should not. But you got to assess the situation. It's not about Baker coming back in the good graces of ESPN and Get Up and First Take for going to the MVP ballot. Let's look to win the football game. How do you win a football game? Assessing the situation, right? Like I said before, just reiterating. You're facing Josh Allen, who's going to put points up almost guaranteed. Your defense is not that good as a whole unit from actually stopping the offense from scoring. And you're shorthanded having Akua as your only reliable wide receiver. Run the fucking ball. They can't stop the run anyway. Keep Josh Allen off the field. If Baker suffers in the MVP ballot, so the fuck what? Guess what? You got another win in the win column. You moving closer and closer to potentially getting home field advantage. Gotta play the long. You gotta be smart. So that's really what fucked them over, really. And yes, Baker turned the ball over. It was a bad turnover. Yes. But, you can't keep putting pressure on your quarterback to fucking be perfect. Ain't nobody Jesus around here, bro. We human. You understand what I'm saying? So I think the Buccaneers try to go tit for tat, and this is what a lot of teams getting fucked up. You're going tit for tat for Allen. You're just going to lose. Keep his ass off the goddamn field, especially if you have a good run game. Keep his ass off the field. It's really that simple. All right? Now, we got to talk about my Chiefs. Well, I'm an Eagles fan, but everybody knows. Just remind you, if you don't know, now you. Oh, hold on. We got to do it in a Kamala voice. If you don't know, now you know, nigga. All right. So moving forward, the Chiefs and the Broncos. By the way, I hope y'all liking my series that we posted on Instagram. It's like I'm basically taking Matt and 11 pre-games, pretending I'm an announcer. I hope y'all enjoying that. I posted on my social medias and shit. You know what I'm saying? Once again, after this, I am Bruce Leroy. All right. So, bet. Now. Yeah. If y'all don't understand why I'm about to cry right now. It's because the Chiefs might not make the playoff this year. Fuck. No. Son of a bitch. God damn, son. Man, I'm on social media fighting for my life, for my boy, my goat, man. Shit hurts, man. I'm fighting for my life. Defending this nigga, man. Saying Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback to ever touch a fucking big skin. I'm fighting, nigga. I'm fighting for my life, man. And he might not make the playoffs. It is Rob. And he got all the receivers back, so I can't give him no excuses for his performance last night. Fuck. God motherfucking damn it. And by the way, you know who else I'm gonna blame if the motherfucking Chiefs don't make the playoffs? You know who else I'm gonna blame? The fucking GM. That nigga watched too much of that goddamn Mario episode when he would have played and paid the fucking landlord $5 to turn it back on the fucking heat. All you had to do, my nigga, give the fucking Jets the 3rd round pick. It's a 4th round pick regardless. Give them the fucking, like, your team is already constructed, right? You guys did a good job drafting. Give up the fucking 3rd round pick, my nigga. Get his shit up. So that way Andy Reid can feel comfortable running the fucking ball. Give it up. Breece Hall can play. And on top of that, let's just say the run ain't working, which it should, because Breece Hall can play. The passing game. The motherfucking Chiefs GM decided to not pull the trigger on the Breece Hall trade because he didn't want to give up a 3rd rounder, which would have been a 4th rounder anyway. So you about to cost a fucking into a dynasty, you asshole! Ah! Ah! Damn! I ain't gonna hold you. Mahomes, my boy. Y'all know I rock my boy Mahomes, man. My goat, man. I love my boy, man. That's my dog. That's my fucking dog, man. You know I love Mahomes. That's my dog, bro. Niggas talk crazy about Mahomes to get the backhand, bro. I'm not fucking playing with niggas, man. They know at the fucking Mahomes that I'm around. He said, oh, Mahomes sound like Kermit. Nigga, what? What you say? You sound like who? You sound like a bitch. That's what you sound like, nigga. Sound like your fucking daddy, nigga. Both of y'all some bitches. Like father, like son. Fuck, nigga. That's how I am. Niggas talk about Mahomes. I'm on their ass, nigga. Fuck you talking about? I'm on their ass like ain't no sex, man. Pause. I don't know why I said that shit. My bad. Pause, man. Yo, y'all know I don't play by my boy Mahomes, man. The Eagles and Mahomes, they equal. They're on the same playing field with me, nigga. Shoo. They're on the same playing field. It's like soul play. I'm Kevin Hart in this bitch. I don't play that. I don't talk about Mahomes. Not around me. Not around me. Behind my back when I can't hear. Let's just say I got my headphones on. I'm bumping some jam. I'm bumping goddamn Kehlani. Come pick up your clothes. I have them folded. Hey, yo, Mahomes, that nigga sorry as fuck, overrated. What the fuck you say? What you say? That's how I am, bro. Straight up. I don't play. I'm a real nigga about my boy. But listen, all jokes aside, I gotta keep it real. He playing like shit. He's not playing good. He just... Y'all know how I even said it last week. I love Mahomes. Y'all know. That's my dog. That's my favorite player of all time. Past, or present. Y'all know. That's my dog. But I gotta keep it real. He's not playing good. And the Chiefs GM should have pulled the goddamn trigger on the Breece Hall trade. You gotta understand the situation, bro. The run's it's not there. We need a run game. We don't need Mahomes to be Superman. He already proved that shit already. He putting niggas getting married on the Chiefs. They putting rings on niggas' hands. Motherfuckers getting married, bro. Married to the game. Y'all gotta help the man out. You gotta be aggressive. Same way Howie Roseman said, let me think. All right, bet. Let me go get Jalen Phillips. We'll talk about him. We'll talk about him, by the way. Go get Jalen Phillips. Get Michael Carter. Let me go get Jair Alexander, the one who robbed money, bro. I need to arrest your way. Now I'm playing. Best of luck in retirement, but you knew for a fact you wasn't ready to play for another team, bro. You should have just retired a Raven, bro. But best of luck to you, like, in all sincerity. But like you knew. You you knew you wasn't playing for the. You did all that shit, all that motherfucking what you bring to the table speech. You said you want to bring some yams, some motherfucking mac and cheese, some coleslaw, some goddamn butter rolls. You didn't bring shit. You didn't even bring us a 25-cent bag of chips, bro. You didn't even get us like one of like the little goddamn juices that you buy like right next to the chips and shit. Them little shits with like. It's like a aluminum foil that you gotta peel back for the top. It's not really like a top. It's like aluminum foil and shit. Or sometimes on some of them, it'd be like this little, like you know how on gallon waters it'd be like this little. I want to say it's a string, but it's like a little plastic little. What's the name on there that you just kind of just unwrap? That's kind of how it is. But yeah, man, Mahomes playing like shit. I ain't gonna lie, not gonna lie. Kelsey balled out. Thornton made some plays. I don't know what Rashid Rice or Xavier Worthy was doing. I don't know. How the fuck? How is the Chiefs in the same position as if we have one of those guys on the field or none of them? I don't get it. And Mahomes lucky because he could have had 2 picks. One of them was called back through a Zach Moss PI, which was somewhat controversial. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought the Chiefs had a good chance because first off, prayers out to J.K. Dobbins. I'm wishing him a full recovery. So salute to J.K. Dobbins. I'm thinking like, bro, okay, so they ain't got no run game. They got to go with McLaughlin. And they got to rely on R.J. Harvey, who's still a young bull. He'll work in progress. You get where I'm coming from? So I'm like, all right. But I ain't gonna lie to you. Pat Bryant was getting catches. Franklin was getting number 11. He was getting catches, dog. I'm not gonna lie. The wide receivers for the Broncos really stepped up, and Bo Nix made some really tremendous plays to move the ball down the field and really win this game. This is one situation. And by the way, they didn't even have Pat Surtain. By the way, we got to go give credit where credit is due, man, because let's talk about a player that I would like to highlight that we need to give credit to. Jaquan McMillan. I don't know how he's going to get playing time with Pat Surtain coming back, but I'm letting you know this right now. They need to figure out a way to put him in a lineup. He was making play after play. He had the interception, as y'all can see on the stat sheet. He was making plays all over the field. Like they got to find a way to insert him in this rotation because a guy that plays that well in such a high stakes AFC West game, you got to find a way to squeeze him in the lineup. Squeeze. But nah, on some real shit, you got to find a way because playing like that, come on now. All right, man, so let's get to this Eagles game, man. Let's get to it. All right, so let's talk about Jalen Hurts. Now, before I talk about Jalen Hurts, let me...
How much of this, though, in your opinion, is on Jalen?
Real quick, Seth Jordan decided to speak about it on WIP, and I'm going to share my thoughts. And by the way, there was a report out by... I'm just going to call her name. I'll about to make up a dumbass nickname for her, but fuck it. Diana Rossini decided to make a name about the players getting annoyed with Jalen Hurts and shit. And I'll give my brief opinion. I'm not going to spend that much time on her because I'll tell you why in a second. But like I want y'all to hear about the Jalen Hurts thing.
It's troublesome because I work with the Eagles Insider, and we had an in-depth conversation last night in our post-game show. And it seems to him that, there's some consternation when it comes to, Jalen, not only in the locker room, but in the organization. And that's problematic because, from the outside looking in, you would never think that. As a coach's son, you would never think that. there's certain things and certain ways that he likes to run things, and there are things that they run in practice that, they get in the game and he goes off on his own tangent. And to me, that's problematic. I would say that it is a.
Are you talking about like the 4th and 6 last week?
Yeah, that
That's
and other things. I have it on fact that the interception that he threw in the first Giants game to Flock on the sideline when AJ was wide open. That in practice he threw that ball to AJ a few times. You get in the game and you're not patient enough to wait for it, and you throw the out route, and it almost turns into a pick six. Then last week, the 4th down, they're supposed to run the slant. You look, AJ's, Devontae's wide open. You got Dallas on the other side wide open, and you're chucking the ball 60 yards in the air trying to, So, and Devontae confirmed that 1 and 11 made the change on their own. See, to me, that's borderline insubordination when you're not running plays the way that the coach is drawing them up, or you think that you know better than the coach. So he bears a lot of the responsibility. I mean, he wasn't great last night. 50% completion for a guy that's been right around 70 all year. And I get it. He got 3 drops. I get it. But that happens to every quarterback. But there were some plays there to be made that he did not make.
All right. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on Seth Joyner's comments, and then also I'm going to give my evaluation on Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts was 14 for 28, 135. And by the way, we finally saw some runs. It was 10 carries, 31 yards, a touchdown. So we finally saw some called runs for Jalen Hurts. Now, my opinion. So first off, I didn't think Jalen Hurts played good. Now, the reason why I'm not going to go crazy on a guy is because I know for firsthand how fucking hard it is. So you already got the pads and the helmet, which, you could see, but you can't really see. And on top of that, you're throwing in the wind. The wind was really bad last night. Okay? So you're playing in the wind. The ball, you could try to put the ball in certain spots. Sometimes it'll just take off and just do its own shit. So I think that overall, and I stand by what I said last week. I thought he played pretty good despite what the stat lines. I thought there's plays that he'd be made. I think the biggest issue, which was really overlooked, was that Patullo and Sirianni. You know why I'm grouping both together. This is Sirianni's scheme. We all know this. All right, look, we should have learned our lesson for 2023. Some of us haven't, but I have. Here's a reality situation. Jalen Hurts last week played actually really good. He was actually in rhythm a lot. Yeah, he fumbled in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he missed A.J. Brown on a couple of corner routes and failed to step up in the pocket. Even though, again, shit happens to every quarterback. You're going to miss guys. Sometimes you're looking at the pressure. And even A.J. even said, like, things happen, right? Because he got his own things going on in his own head. And it's actually true. It's not even making excuses. It's actually true. You understand what I'm saying? So just bring it back full circle. I'm not going to kill Jalen Hurts over this performance too much, and the reason being, like I said before, it's hard to throw in the wind. Okay, because like I said, I don't give a damn how good you are. You can throw it in one direction, but the wind's going to do whatever the hell it wanted to do. And it was a lot of those. It was a lot of... Here's the thing. I think overall, Jalen has been very, very sharp with his ball placement, particularly on the intermediate routes this year. I think the deep balls, the accuracy has not been as good as it had been in previous years. But I do think the intermediate routes, he's put the balls on point. But again, the win is a factor. And we can't just evaluate Jalen Hurts and ignore the fact that the win is a factor. And the win, I don't give a damn how good you are. It could be Mahomes, Allen, or whoever the fuck y'all think is better than Hurts. Everybody will be affected by the win. Yes, there was drops. AJ had some drops. Devontae had some drops. Goddard had a drop. Motherfuckers was dropping the ball, okay? Especially early on in that first quarter, guys were dropping passes. But the ball placement wasn't as crisp. And I'm thinking, if you ask me, my personal opinion, the win had a lot to do with that. But I'm not really excusing Jalen Hurts like that. He's a football player. He out there. We gotta evaluate him based on what we see. I do also think, and by the way, I'm kind of going to pretend like I'm fucking literate. I'm kind of going to pretend to do that. But nah, on some real shit. So on Sunday, I talked about the Baylor game versus Utah. And you guys know Sawyer Robertson is my favorite quarterback in college right now in the NCAA. But he played if y'all watch the game, he played like shit. And really, the Utah quarterback didn't play good. I never really liked it. I never thought he was good. Like, I watched the Utah State game, and that shit was all I needed to know. Literally, Baylor's defense was so fucking bad, they was getting gashed for 70, 60 yards on multiple occasions. If you're a self-respecting defense, if you're a defense that's worth its salt even a little bit, you don't just keep allowing motherfuckers like the backup quarterback, the running back, Parker Washington, and then the backup quarterback that they had was just fucking gashing them for 60, 70-yard runs on multiple occasions. You know, if you're a good, you can't do that, right? And then on top of that, what Baylor did, just kind of briefly going over the game, and I'm gonna tie the two together. Just give me a second on that. So Baylor's running was actually working. Their starting running back and number 7 was actually getting pretty damn good runs. They were getting 5, 6, 7 yards, breaking past the marker. Those guys were getting good runs. So rather than taking the load off of your quarterback, you had your quarterback throwing 31 fucking times in the first half. That's just inexcusable. And then you had him throw for a total of 60. That's coaching fucking malpractice. I don't give a fuck if it's fucking Joe Montana, Mahomes, or just, you never have a quarterback in a game throw for 60 fucking times. That's coaching malpractice. And if you got to get a quarterback to throw that many goddamn times, I know for a fact you're getting your ass whooped. I know for a fact you're getting your ass. I know for a fact the coaching is part of the reason why you're getting your ass up in the front. A quarterback should never throw fucking 60 times. I don't really think they should even throw 50 times in the game, but let alone 60. That's just fucking ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know, that guy, Trickba, the tight end, overrated. One-on-one coverage against a corner, you shouldn't be dropping passes at all. Especially if you're supposed to be the number one tight end. The number one tight end coming into the NFL, you can't drop passes on one-on-one coverage. Especially when the size advantage is just completely different. You can't do that. So I think he's overrated. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles might probably be looking into him with Dallas Goedert might not be in here after this year. We'll see what happens with that. But I wouldn't take a chance on Trick on the Baylor type. I'm just not doing it. So the win has something to so just tie that. So really, Sawyer Robertson played like shit. Sawyer Robertson did not even fucking look to see if his guys was open. He literally would just sit up there, drop back, and just fucking just throw it up there. Like, he either was just playing like he's playing fucking Thanksgiving football on the back. He would just chuck the ball down the field, or he would just fucking just throw the receiver. It didn't matter if he was open. I don't even think he even fucking looked to see where I think he saw his guy, he just fucking threw it. It didn't matter what the coverage was. It didn't matter where the corner was, where the DB was on his right. The nigga was just fucking just chucking shit. And then the mechanics were fucking horrible. Sawyer Robertson wouldn't step up in the pocket. He missed opportunities to do that. Sawyer Robertson was not even looking for his fucking checkdowns. He just was like, oh, wide receiver, just chuck shit up. And the mechanics was horrible. Bro, got good arm talent. I love the physical ability, but stop ignoring the fucking fundamentals, because right now you're not Aaron Rodgers. There's only one guy I can get away with to an extent now, but just in general, there's only one guy that can get away with throwing off his back foot, kind of doing the lazy mechanic shit. That's Aaron Rodgers because of his God-given arm. Sawyer Robertson has some God-given physical ability, but it's not as much as he think it's in his head. It's nowhere near Aaron Rodgers. Step up in the fucking pocket, fix your mechanics, throw the right way, square your body up, and make the fucking throw the way you're supposed to make it. Now, how I'm going to tie into the thing, how I'm going to tie the Baylor game into what I've seen with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts at times will just sit up there, hurry up, and just fucking just throw. It didn't matter. And I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, and again, the win has a lot to do, has something to do with it, but in the same breath, bro, make sure the fucking guy you're trying to throw to actually is open. You know, he's throwing it into super tight coverage. Like, he would just sit up there, take the fucking snap, and just throw. Like, I'm going to be honest, there's some guys saying that, oh, Jalen had to drop. No, Jalen played like shit. He played like shit. Way too many missed throws. He's rushing his throws. He's not taking his time to go through his progressions. And I'm also going to factor into this as well. We have to have a lot, and some of the A.J. Brown shit was a lot of here damn targets. Like, he didn't even get enough separation from the defender on some occasions. Like, you're just throwing the ball in tight coverage. And I listen, a lot of you Lions fans are going to be bitching and complaining about, that wasn't a PI. It was both guys. Well, guess what? The corner still had his fucking hands on him. How was that? And on top of that, please stop acting like you guys had a fucking shot. Because Fangio was putting clamps on Jahmyr. Like, Jahmyr Gibbs got busy in the second half. He got busy on the second, like, especially with the screen game. He got busy on the second half. But overall, Fangio did a fantastic job. And it's something that we kind of been a little bit weak at this year with stopping the run. He did a fantastic job. He put the clamps off motherfucking Josh Jacobs last week for the most part, except for one drive. But for the most part, put the clamps on goddamn Josh Jacobs, and he put the clamps on two running backs, the best running back duo in the NFL, and goddamn David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs. He pretty much put clamps on the whole game. Come this stream, boo boys, to try and get a nigga kicked out. Like, listen, hey, how you doing? What you talking about? I'm talking about the Eagles and Lions game. Oh, really? Cool. Like, god damn, don't give me no motherfucking shit to give my fucking channel nuke. That shit. Plenty of weed. Shit. You need less weed. How about that? You need plenty of fucking exercise and goddamn sunlight, nigga. Fucking weed. You need plenty of fucking Fuck the green. Fuck that kind of green. Spinach, nigga. Spinach. Broccoli. That type of green. Get on that. Alright, anyway, just moving forward what I was saying. Jahmyr Gibbs did us dirty towards the end. I ain't gonna lie to you. But you guys are bitching about a PI call that. Did the corner touch the wide receiver? Not. He did. Was it ticky-tack? Yeah. But what you guys are not complaining about and bitching about was how Tyler Steen got a wrongful false start penalty for literally pointing out that your mans was offsides. Your mans was offsides on the tush push. By the way, I thought this shit annoyed the fuck out of me. I hated that they kept breaking up the fucking AJ thing with the Twitch stream with him and Janky Rondo. And I kept hating how they kept bringing the fucking interview up the last press conference before the game about him being honest about, you can't stop a Band-Aid on the offense. Like, just let the fucking game play. You gonna do that in the pregame? Okay, you gonna do that before the game starts? Great. It's like every motherfucking time he was on offense, they was talking about him going on somebody's on a Twitch stream or talking about or showing okay, we get it. We got it the pregame. We got the when after fucking Carrie Underwood's song it's Sunday Night Football, NBC. We got it after that. Oh fucking K. We get it. We got it. Get it good. We understand. Okay, we got it. We know what happened, all right? The pregame with Devin McCourty and all of them, we understand. We got it. Hot, we got it, motherfucker. We understand. Let's move on. Let's talk about what's going on in the game. This is annoying the fuck out of me. Keep talking about it over and over again. It's annoying. And Lurie, Mr. Jeffrey Lurie, had to have had a conversation with AJ like, hey, listen. Need you to chill on them social media rants, brother. Need you to chill. That's what I'm thinking happened. I can't confirm nor deny because I was present that motherfucker. But definitely had that talk like, bro, I need you to chill out a little bit. Need you to put an ice pack in your head and chill out. Chill out, AJ. You want to still play here, right? AJ, I need to scale it back some of my social media joints. But yeah, he definitely, But, Lurie doing the job at the end of the day. I'm pretty sure he told him, like, listen, is there anything that needs to happen, whatever case that be? But I'm definitely sure that, Lurie let AJ know, like, listen, enough of social media shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on playing ball. But at the same time, it definitely was imperative, like, yo, make sure that AJ a part of that game plan. You know what I'm saying? And he was, but I don't like the routes. I didn't like the routes for a lot of the guys, and I didn't like the spots where Jalen Hurts put the ball at more oftentimes than not. I did think it was pretty cool, but again, we got to make sure that we use this very sparingly. I thought it was cool to finally see some design runs that Collinsworth was kept bitching about. Like, yeah, so because Jalen Hurts can't fucking throw the ball, and he's definitely not a top 10 quarterback in the league, just get some design runs so guys can get open, And there's no reason to have fucking Jalen Hurts pass back. He's not fucking Joe Montana or Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or Drew Brees or any of those guys. He's not even Boomer Esiason, high quarterback. So, yeah, because he's not very quarterbacky, just make sure that, you get some quarterback design runs. Get some shit he knows how to do. He's a running back, so he's athletic to get those, but definitely don't let him throw the fucking ball anymore. Definitely don't let him do that. Yeah, so Saquon got some good runs here and there. I think there were some moments where I saw good play calling versatility with the running. Like we saw a toss, but we got to get more creative. And there were some times where they had Saquon lining up for the pass, and I thought that was good. But just somehow, I don't know why they decided to go away from it. So the run didn't have a big game, but when the yards were needed to be gotten, however the fuck you say that shit, they got it. But yeah, Tank Bigsby was actually really, really good. I'm being honest with you, it's gonna hurt like hell. Ouch! But nah, on some real shit, it's gonna hurt like hell seeing Tank Bigsby not on his team next year because I would love to see. I don't know why I plugged this. Yeah, it's done. I would love to see. And I'm playing. I would love to see Tank Bigsby on his team for a few years. I don't know if Bigsby's okay because the way he's running, I'm not going to lie to you, somebody's going to give him a shot at being a starting running back and give him a bigger bag than we can. It's going to hurt like hell. And listen, I like Shipley. It's just unfortunate he got injured. I thought he was actually running pretty good. Dylan, I don't know if they just put him on IR, or maybe it's not even. Maybe he's just a healthy scratch. But you know what? At the end of the day, if Tank doing his thing, it is what it is. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out. And here's another thing that I don't get. I don't understand. Kylen Granson has not had enough time with this team for y'all to be scheming him up like that. So I don't know if Calcaterra played. But we're about to find out. Let me go back to Greg Calcaterra and see what's going on. Okay, I'm assuming he did play. 10th. I'm trying to look to see if he played or was injured. Let me just look at did Calcaterra, did Grant, can't fucking spell, Calcaterra. Okay, then I'll take back what I said. But I'm gonna be honest with you. If that was the case, I rather would have had Darius Cooper or Jahan Dotson being schemed, because there was a long shot that Jalen threw to Colin Granson, and I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like it is because Colin Granson has not had enough time with this football team for us to sit up there and get from a deep ball like that. Like, I want Jahan to get it. Before anybody, if you ain't going to give it to Goddard, to AJ, Devontae, go get Jahan Dotson some catches. Go get Darius. I'd rather see Cooper. I'd rather see even Will Shipp, even Tank Bigsby. I don't want to see fucking a third tight end who's barely had time with this team get a deep route like that. That's coaching malpractice. And here's another thing too, right? And we got to talk about Patullo and Sirianni being prepared for this shit. You knew the win was going to be bad. Please explain to me, why are we operating our offense as if the win is a non-factor? I need to see shallow crosses. I need to see drag routes. I need to see a lot of intermediate, a lot of utilizing the middle of the field. Because if you know the wind is bad, you know that you're trying to take deep shots, and it don't really make sense to do that. Of course, the fucking ball's not going to go where it's supposed to. The wind is bad. So I just don't understand what Sirianni and Patullo were thinking this game. Like, I was very confused, because it's like, I genuinely don't. I didn't see why they were constructing the offense like the weather was a non-factor. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like at the end of the day, say, like, Patullo, get y'all shit together. Like, you know the win was a factor, so you know it's going to be a factor in how Jalen Hurts is going to be able to deliver the ball. So yes, I want AJ to get more targets, but let's be smart about it. Let's not just keep chucking the fucking ball down the field when the win is a factor, and clearly the ball placement of where the ball was, Hurts was inaccurate a lot of the passes. And again, some of that's due to him, and others is the wind is actually a factor. So let's game plan according to that. Don't just fucking sit up there and act like the wind is not a fact. Like, come on now. But yeah, it's going to be a shame if Tank Bigsby doesn't get re-signed here. I don't think he is. And I'm going to cry. Let's talk about this defense, man. Let's talk about this defense. Fangio, the best defensive coordinator in the league. Don't you at me. Don't at me, bruh. Hey, man, watch out. Don't at me, bruh. Don't at me, bruh. The fuck wrong with you? Don't at me, dude. I'm playing. But I'm not playing. He the best defensive coordinator in the league. I said what I said. What the fuck you? What you gonna do about it? You gonna do something about it? You gonna do something about it? You gonna do something? Do something. I did do something about it. Do something. Do something about it. Do something about what I said. I said what I said. I meant what I said. I'm gonna fuck. What you think? I don't care. Come up, man. Fuck the Broncos. I'm playing. But nah, we're the best defense in the league. Not only the best defense, we got the best defensive coordinator. By the way, shout out to Coop for getting that interception off a tip pass. I think it was JD that got. I think Jordan. By the way, Jordan Davis had a terrific game. Moro Jomo, that whole line, but really the DTs, Carter, Davis, Ojomo, those guys had some really, really good games. Jalen Phillips, bruh. I don't know what his price is going to be. I have to admit, I got to admit, we can't let this guy walk. We can't let this guy walk. He wants to be here. He likes being here. He keeps saying 1,000 times he loves being here. Like it's like a goddamn kid going to the playground. Like, he loves playing here, and he's playing like somebody who enjoys being here. How we can't let Jalen Phillips walk out this door? I'm sorry. I don't know what his price is going to be. We can't let him walk out this door. We just can't. Because, again, the edge rushers, you can get one of the guys from Miami, but like Reuben Carter, some shit like that. But I have to be honest with you, bro. I don't. Jalen just fits so well. Hopefully, Jalen ain't gonna ask for like a big ass price tag, but we can't let this guy walk out. We just can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Like, I'll give you an example. Zach Cunningham was productive. That 23 season, Zach Cunningham was productive. But it's like, he walked, it's like, all right, cool. You know, it is what it is, right? Josh Sweat, very important. He actually hooped it over there in air. So salute to Josh Sweat. Salute to Josh Sweat. He hooping over there in Arizona, playing at an all-pro level. But Josh Sweat, it's like, sometimes he does great things. Other times, it's just like he participates. Jalen Phillips is fucking dominant. Dominant. Like, I'm talking about not just rushing the passer. I'm talking about the run, making plays all over the field. How we're talking about a mandatory, like Jalen got to get the bag. Jalen Carter, JC got to get the bag. I get it. Jordan Davis probably going to have to get paid. I'm going to be honest with you. We need to secure Jalen Phillips on it. Jalen Phillips cannot walk. He cannot walk. We cannot let this man walk. We got to maybe just break his legs and make him sit in a wheelchair so he has to rely on playing. I'm joking. But no, on some real shit, we can't let this guy walk out of Philly. We just can't. We got to let him stay. Hopefully his price tag ain't going to be too steep this year, but I would have a hard time sleeping that night if Jalen Phillips is anywhere but Philadelphia next year. We can't let this. He's too fucking good. And it's hard to find some dependable edge rushers. We can't let him walk out. I'm sorry. That's not to say that we don't go in the draft and get somebody for the future, but I got to be honest with you, Jalen Phillips got to get the bag. I'm not saying he's quite on Zach Ball's level of dominance, but it's not really too far off. Not really too far off, to be honest with you. Like, he immediately made this defense better. He made other guys on the defensive line better. He makes Jalen Carter's life easy because you're going to focus on double teaming Jalen Carter, but Jalen Phillips, he gonna get that one-on-one matchup. He going to fucking win every time. So he's helping Jalen Carter. Even Jalen Carter's making more plays as a result of Jalen Phillips helping out on that edge. Completely transformed the edge. So salute to Jalen Phillips. He played great. N'Kobe made some really, really good plays. Coop, like I said, got his first interception. Reed dropped the pick, but it's all right. I need to see more out of Makuba, bro. What the fuck? Like, VRB pass. All right, can you give me a little flash so that way I can feel a little bit better for you being a starting set. Just give me a little bit more to what you're doing. Because right now you seem regular schmegular. You seem very plain Jane, very plain ass Marshmallow, very vanilla ice. You seem very plain, but I need to see more out of my boy Makuba, man. Again, developing players is always a situation where you got to wait. It's a wait and see approach. Special teams stepped up against Raymond. They would make some tackles. Ringo made a tackle. Latu made a play. Even the long snapper had a tackle too. So special teams, especially on the cover side of things, was really good. Elliott made some kicks. The defense was just fucking spectacular. Quinyon was hooping. Everybody said they had that game circled and shit. All right, wax on, wax off, nigga. Y'all motherfuckers lost. You know what I'm saying? But nah, on some real shit, defense was lights out. Lights out. Matter of fact, was Aiden Hudson even in the game? He did get some pressures. Let's see what his stats was. I'm curious. Because he might have did a really good job. Especially with Lane Johnson being out. I think we did really good. By the way, I thought it was funny as hell when Alex Anzalone was talking about some father or two. I thought that shit was hilarious. Half a sack. We did really good. Did really good. Did really good. By the way, Dan Campbell, I stand by that he's a great coach. Here's the thing. Number one, I would have gave play calling back to Morton. And the reason being, it's like, he's been doing really good. I mean, at the end of the day, you feel as a head coach, okay, you had to step in. But I think taking over play calling permanently, no. Every now and then, some situation where you feel like, okay, I need to step in and make sure that guys get what they're supposed to get. Cool. But the permanent shit, I'm not with it. And here's nothing. Speaking of play calling, I feel like that Campbell really hurt his team going for all on fourth downs like that. And on that fake punt, bro, if you was going to go for it, you was better off putting your offense out. I don't understand why he thought it was going to be better. He had a better chance of converting that fourth down off a fake punt than that. Just lead the offense. What was it, 4th and 2? Lead the offense on the field. So he went for fourth down way too much. It's like, to be honest with you, going for fourth down is tricky because, to be honest, like, I got to keep it real. Like, obviously, short yards, like 4th in the yard, whatever, 4th and 1 yard, you're on the plus side of the field, cool. But you can't just keep going for it just random. You got to have a solid plan that you got to have in place and say, okay, I see what the defense is currently doing. You can't just go for it because that's what you're accustomed to doing. You got to see what the defense has said and say, okay, based on what the defense has said and based on our offense, I'm like, okay, I have a good plan where what I'm looking at, we can go make a play. You can't just fucking randomly decide to just keep going for it on fourth. Like, it doesn't make, like, I feel like he hurt his team and killed a lot of drives and put us in good field position because you keep going for it. You're going for fourth down without a plan. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it didn't really make sense why he was doing. I think he actually hurt his team in that respect, and I do think that he should have restored the full play calling thing back to more in this game, especially going up against a guy like Vic Fangio, who was a fucking evil genius on the defensive side of the ball. Evil fucking genius. Like, his ability to game plan and to adjust. The only thing I didn't like, and this is a small thing, but I kind of understand why, and Seth Jordan was talking about this too, you have to give Adoree Jackson a little bit more of a fighting shot to make a play. You can't have Adoree Jackson so far back like he's a free safety and then expect him to make a break on the ball. You're asking a lot out of a corner. And again, I understand why, because Adoree his skills ain't really up to where it needs to be. But you do make his job a little bit harder to make a play when you have him all the way back like he's an extra DB or like you're playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to make his life a little bit easier and help him be in position to make a play. And if he sucks, he sucks. It is what it is. But don't take him completely out of position to make a play, because you're making his job hard. Does that make sense? All right. That's all I wanted to say for this. Oh yeah, and let's make a quick conversation about the Ja'Marr Chase and Jalen Ramsey. So Jalen Ramsey, it's the AFC North. This the hood of the NFL. We all know this. Jalen Ramsey, Ja'Marr Chase, going back and forth. That's typical AFC North behavior. No problems over here. But I'm gonna be honest with you. You know how they was like trying to ban the slime shit and all the other, all the extra shit, or being super like OD. I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to start, and there's no respect to Jalen Carter, by the way, when I say this, but I think moving forward, the NFLPA and Troy Vance and whoever's in charge, they need to start looking at this spitting thing and start actually suspending guys for half a game for half a season. Like, I'm talking start suspending guys for 3 to 4 games. And start making some heftier fines, like close to $100,000, because pushing and shoving, that's one thing. Trash talking, that's one thing. Maybe occasional grabbing of the helmets is one thing. When you start getting to a point where you're exchanging bodily fluids, you're now crossing into no man's land. And Ja'Marr, again, Deron Payne had to apologize because I misjudged him. Amon-Ra did start the fight. It just looked bad because he waited too late to get his get back. He should have got it back, like maybe on the next play or some shit like that. Or at least 2 plays down instead of just I make it obvious that he just swinging. You know what I'm saying? But in the same breath, I can't see a valid excuse for why Ja'Marr spat on him. And I know what some people are going to say. Oh, He just was spitting on while he was talking. No. If I spit on you while I'm talking, you're not going to see that big-ass glob of spit like that. You're not. Especially if you're not super close to my face on the camera, you're not going to... That nigga spit a whole motherfucking loogie on that nigga. He spit a whole goddamn loogie on Jalen Ramsey. That's not no motherfucking like, oh, he just incidentally on top of that. You think a normal human being would just fight you for just... They would just tell you, like, bro, stop spitting in my face. But they wouldn't sit up there and go fight you right after. So that spit had to be intentional. That had to be like intentional. Like I'm a disrespect you type of spit. Not like just the course of the conversation. If you happen to be near me, it just happened. No, it wasn't that type of shit. It was like more along the lines of like, yo, spit a whole, just a boom on his ass. Like honestly, Jamar, great wide receiver. There's no excuse for that shit. And personally, I wouldn't even think that Jalen Ramsey's a trash talker like a motherfucker. And hey, no problems over here with that. It's the nature of the game, it's competitiveness. But I don't think Jalen Ramsey would ever do anything that cause you to spit on him. So I have to actually side with Jalen Ramsey on that one. I don't think, recalling how long Jalen Ramsey been in this league, I don't think he'll ever do something that cause you to spit on him. Does that make sense? So for honestly, they need to make a stiff ass penalty, like make it like 3 to 4 game suspension, not just 1, 3 to 4 games, and increase the fine because this spitting shit is getting out of hand. Motherfuckers feel way too comfortable doing that ever since the Jalen Carter shit. And Jalen Carter defense, he probably thought you was spitting in his direction, whatever case it be. But in general, the NFL need to put the motherfucking Kawhi clamp, them 2019 Raptors clamps on a goddamn. On the spitting shit, on the spit gate, it gotta stop because there's certain boundaries. It's hell no. All right, so real quickly, we're gonna end it with Seth Jordan, but I do want to get my picks done